For week 3 of World League American Football, the Claymores fans have turned out in force to see if they can cheer their squad on to victory over the Amsterdam Admirals. We'll have that action. We'll also see whether the Monarchs can turn their fortunes around against the Rhine Fire and the clash between Barcelona Dragons and Frankfurt Galaxy. Plus, we'll have a competition, and 6 lucky people will carry away copies of Touchdown Scotland, the Claymores video.
But first, Claymores' health problems. Coach Kreiner assessed the player injuries.
Well, most of them were all on the defensive side of the ball where we had the injuries this past ball game. And to get our defensive line in a position where we could compete against this big offensive team of Amsterdam's, we brought in Brian Proby, who had been on injured reserve. He's released, and we would expect him to be able to play maybe a third of the ball game this week. And then we've also taken John DeWitt, and we trained him to play tackle as well as end to give us a little more size inside to go along with Joe O'Brien and Troy Ridgely. And then Herman Carroll hasn't practiced all week, but we're hoping he can take some reps today, and maybe between he and Proby we can get one position taken care of there. And then we've also taken Carmelio McGill and taught him to play down as a defensive end in addition to his linebacker position. The other change is in the secondary, where we've lost the services of Forrest Duckett because of an ankle injury, and Frank Robinson has been brought off of injured reserve and will start today.
To top it all, wide receiver Yo Murphy pulled up lame just before the game. But the Claymores as a whole were pretty lame last year whenever they met Al Luganville's Amsterdam Admirals. The first contest was no contest, 31-0 last April. That was followed by a miserable day in May in Amsterdam when the Admiral running back Troy Stradford trampled all over the Scots defense to cap a 30-13 Dutch victory and a perfect record against the Claymores. So Troy Ridgely and all the Claymores alumni of '95 were focused on one goal: revenge. A record crowd turned out to see if the Claymores could make it 2 home wins in a row, 13,070 at Murray Field. The key to victory would be the defensive line, facing up to the biggest offensive line in the World League, but the D-line is where all the Claymores' injuries are. So now it's the Amsterdam Admirals versus the Scottish Claymores. We join the action on the Claymores' first drive with Bill Moss and Eric Clemens commentating.
2nd and 11, Stacy gets his 3rd straight carry. Goes off the far side, picks up some good yardage. Out close to the 50-yard line before he's brought down by Keith Franklin. 3rd and 5 for the Claymores from just outside the 50-yard line. Matthews under heavy pressure, and look at that catch by Willie Tate. Up close to a 1st down yardage.
Excellent awareness on the part of Willie Tate. You're going to see here that Steve Matthews comes under pressure from Malcolm Scholl. He holds his feet, makes a throw downfield, and look at one-handed grab behind his back, too. Talented guy. You can take another look at the catch here. I'll tell you, Willie Tate is a guy, the rap on him is he has great hands, and it shows right there.
Tate, a great catch, giving the Claymores their 2nd first down, and the swing pass out to Stacy in the worst spot, the hands, huh? 2nd and 9, play fake from Matthews, comes to the near side and hits Dickerson, who breaks a tackle on the near side, spins up inside the 40-yard line before he's pushed out by Rico Mack. 3rd down and 5, and Matthews back to throw again. Comes near side, hits Dickerson, up close to another 1st down. I believe they have it. He's brought down by O'Neill, the nickel backer that you just spoke about, but Scotland moving the ball downfield just as they wanted. LaChapelle in motion to the far side, and the give to Saran Stacy. Dances through a hole, gets inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Another pretty decent pickup. Robert O'Neill on the tackle again. Pitch to the far side, and Stacy has a hole. Stacy gets all the way down to close to the 10-yard line before he's knocked out by Kelly Sims. Nice play.
Watch the fullback 23, Ron Dickerson. He makes the key block right there on Robert O'Neill, and that springs the whole thing.
2nd and 5, the pitch to Stacy. Another big hole. He'll score easily.
Watch the two key blocks. Purvis Hunt, the guard, 79, kicking out. And then the lead block again. Fullback Ron Dickerson cuts his man, and it's right into the end zone for Saran Stacey.
And Scottish rugby legend Gavin Hastings on for the extra point. He's been perfect on 5 PATs this season. He is perfect again. So the Scottish Claymores, with 9:17 to go up 7-0.
On the firm foundation of Saran Stacey, the World League's leading rusher from 1995. On the next drive, he stomped hard on the gas pedal, a searing 35-yard scamper, which put the Claymores into scoring range, and took his own personal total to 100 yards of rushing in just the first quarter alone. The Claymores lined up on third down just inside the red zone.
Another big third down as we end near the end of the first quarter. That pass is deflected and intercepted by Rico Mack. And Mack has a convoy. He'll go. Rico Mack turns the tide. And Jim Kreiner cannot believe the turn of events there.
You're going to see the ball was tipped here at the line of scrimmage. Steve Matthews sets up, has good protection, but right there it looked like Bobby Hamilton got his hand on it as it came across the line of scrimmage and tipped right into the arms of Rico Mack, who has a clear shot down the sidelines for 6 points. And we have an even ball game, Eric. Even though the numbers may have been lopsided, right now it's even.
Former Ajax soccer star Hans Verdiker booted the extra point to bring the Dutch level 7-all. But disaster struck the Admirals at the start of the second quarter. Number 76, Jason Childs, broke his leg at this business meeting and had to be stretchered off. A serious dent in the Admirals' O-line. Bad luck, or Great Claymore's defense, continued to plague Amsterdam. Paul McCallum punted high, allowing James Williams time to tear downfield and arrive just as the pigskin plunged to earth. Ben O'Brien was naturally distracted. He could only lay a hand on it, and Mr. James Fuller completed the 1-2 punch for Scotland, giving the Claymores possession deep in Admirals territory.
High formation for Scotland now. Saran Stacey in motion to the far side, and Matthews, the delay to Dickerson, who doesn't get much. Maybe a yard on the play as Robert O'Neill came up along with Keith Franklin to stop him for little or no gain. Jim Kreiner hoping his team can take advantage of the second Amsterdam miscue here. Going to the end zone. Is it Scott Cooper for the touchdown? And there's a flag on the play as well. The national Scott Cooper may have a score. We'll see what the call is.
We're going to take a look at the isolation. There he is at the top of your screen, 81, Scott Cooper. Fakes it out, and then he's going to take it up to the post. And right there, Torrey Hunter can't recover and gives him a shot. And you can only make contact within 5 yards coming off.
Scott Cooper, a national player, 25 years old, out of Glasgow. Working on his PhD right now. Saran Stacey navigating his way through bodies, gets down to the 6-yard line. Rico Mack made the tackle. LaChapelle is in motion. Matthews back to throw. Into the end zone, almost intercepted. He threw into a crowd. Looked like Kelly Sims almost came up with the interception there, as Willie Tate was the intended receiver.
Well, Steve Matthews is going to take the handoff right here, and he sets up. And he looks at his first read, his second read, then he finally goes over and looks at the tight end. He really forced that ball in there and didn't have enough on it.
Third down, goal to go on the 5. Matthews, touchdown. Scott Cooper again. First career touchdown, and look at him. He is in heaven.
And so is everybody here in Scotland. There's a happy guy, Eric.
They've got another reason to party here in Edinburgh, as if they need one. The National has scored his first career touchdown here in the World League. The extra point by Gavin Hastings, another national hero, is good. And the Scottish Claymores have a 14-7 lead.
That was a terrific catch by Scott Cooper. That's number 23, Ron Dickerson, pick up the blitz to make this whole thing happen. See the time he bought him? And when you have that situation of a blitzing linebacker, you're going to create a one-on-one situation with Scott Cooper. And that's exactly what happened there. That's exactly why Scott Cooper got his first touchdown.
Bliss for the former Glasgow Lion. He's been playing football for 10 years. It looked like a tying TD for Amsterdam when Will Furrer fired in the end zone, but David Wilson got in the way. That's his job, and he ground out some sound yardage. Another first, the Claymores leading the Amsterdam Admirals at halftime. 14-7 as they go into the locker rooms. Join us after the break for the second half as the Bravehearts battle on. Welcome back. Admirals quarterback Will Furrer tried to get his team moving at the start of the third quarter. He fired at national tight end Arnold Gallisloot, but it was incomplete. And so the Admirals lined up to punt at the end of their first possession.
Adam Vinatieri on a fake, and look, they have faked out everyone, and Kelly Sims has the football. He's got to beat Lee Gissendaner to the goal line, and does. Touchdown. What a play. Everybody in this stadium faked out by that one. And Amsterdam back into it with another big play. Here goes the celebration.
Watch the direct snap to number 46 at the right of your screen. The ball's going to be snapped right to him. Now Vinatieri, number 5, fakes it. See him jump up there? And the defenders are rushing upfield. And look, by that time, he's already 20 yards downfield. Kelly Sims leads Lee Gissendaner to the right, left, and back outside. Lee Gissendaner can't stay with him. Excellent running job on Kelly Sims. They ought to line him up at tailback. Maybe it'll help out some of the rushing yards for Amsterdam.
A terrific touchdown and a sneaky call from Admirals head coach Al Luganville, but the sort of play that makes football fun. Jared Kaihalo got a chance to carry on the Claymores' next drive and fumbled.
And Kaihalo looked like he lost control of the football and fumbled it. Key turnover, but wait a minute, let's get the official ruling. Now we get it. Amsterdam football, so another key turnover for the Scottish Claymores.
Next time, the Admirals kicked an honest-to-gosh punt, and the Claymores started from scratch. Kaihalo got another shot and gained a first down. Top Gun Steve Matthews found his favorite receiver, Sean LaChapelle, number 88, who went 17 yards, and the Claymores seemed to be airborne. Next, Matthews hit Lee Gissendaner, who was standing in for Yo Murphy.
Lee Gissendaner comes underneath. Has some room. Gissendaner fumbled the football. Kelly Sims has recovered for Amsterdam. Another key turnover for the Scottish Claymore.
To Jim Kreiner, it looked a lot like last season, but the Highland Sting defense hit back.
You're eluding the blitz. That one deflected as he tried to throw it away.
Herman Carroll.
And Herman Carroll, all 6'3", 267 pounds of him, patted it down.
And Herman Carroll was injured and hadn't practiced all week. We pick it up in the fourth.
Ball at the 28-yard line of Amsterdam as we begin the fourth quarter. McGive to Saran Stacy. Some room off the near side. Stacy still struggling for yardage down to close to 20-yard line. Kelly Sims on the stop there. 2nd and 2 after the pickup of 8 by Stacy, and he gets another chance. Stacy going through the middle this time, will be very close to first down yardage. Unallocated by the Oilers, and Matthews passing toward the goal line as he went to the far side, but it's incomplete. Three receivers split out now, and Ron Dickerson on the draw play. Plenty of room up the middle, and Dickerson getting up close to the first down, down inside the 10-yard line of Amsterdam. Third and 3, and the fake went to Marcus Thomas, and Steve Matthews kept it himself and rolls it into the end zone.
That time he saw 2 run plays, a play action, and then he comes out of the naked bootleg, takes it all the way in for the end zone.
Gavin Hastings will convert after the high snap. Terry Carr put it down beautifully for him, and Hastings puts it through.
A fake handoff, a naked bootleg, and the Dutch were all clogged up by the Claymores. The score, 21-14. On Amsterdam's next possession, Will Furrer went long, and David Wilson did it again. He just got in the way, and again he pounded on up the park. Interceptions are his life, and the fans like it like that. The clock ran down, the Claymores punted, and Will Furrer felt the full force of Herman Carroll and Joe O'Brien. With 10 seconds left, Fuhrer fired one final salvo, a 19-yard pass to Philip Bobo, who couldn't find the out-of-bounds line to stop the clock. The seconds ticked away to defeat for the Admirals. The Claymores party at Murray Field kicked into high gear, and a friendly hand towards the defeated. The final score, 21-14. The Claymores' third straight win. The Scots unbeaten this year and on a steady course to claim the right to host the World Bowl at Murray Field in June. Jim Priner delighted at last to dish out a good old-fashioned whipping to Will Fuhrer and his head coach, Al Luganville.
I'm extremely disappointed. I want to give Scotland all the credit they deserved. They were a hungry football team that played very hard the whole game. I thought that we blew a lot of opportunities, but maybe when I look at the tape, it might have been because Scotland made plays. I don't know yet. But we had the ball down too many times in scoring territory not to come away with some points, and that was certainly frustrating.
I thought Coach Dutton deserves a tremendous amount of credit for getting those guys ready to go, and they kept the passer off balance, and our secondary were like a bunch of hawks today.
Oh! Dave Wilson, wonderful defensive play today. How do you think the defense was going into the game?
I think we did a good job. We knew it was important. This was an important game, and we had to stop them. We felt our pass rush played really well last week, and we knew they had throw a lot of quick stuff, a lot of quick passes. And our defensive line even stepped up a bit more and still was coming quick. It gave us a lot of opportunities to make big plays.
I'd narrowly missed one just like a couple of plays before, and I felt that was my chance. And then when in the huddle, and they called me in a shallow crossing route, and they caught them in man coverage. The man got lost behind me, and it was just a case of catching it and turning it in. I knew when I caught it that I was scoring. Felt amazing.
That first professional touchdown seems a million miles away from Scott's amateur days, wearing number 81 for the Glasgow Lions. We invited young Mr. Cooper up to Scottish television after the game to ask if he'd ever imagined scoring a touchdown at Murray Field.
Never. No one ever thought that. Anyone playing amateur football in Britain would ever dream about playing football at a professional level, especially against players of the calibre that we are playing. I mean, all my days playing, I was happy performing and competing for the Glasgow Lions and helping them win and get better. And I felt great being part of that team and that unit, and I still do.
But it's life in the professional ranks now for Scott, who's taking it all in his stride.
You know, a lot of the thing when you're a national player is confidence, getting your head straight for playing at that level. It helped a lot that I'd actually played last year and got some reps, so I knew that I could perform. So this year I knew it wasn't going to be a case of just getting a few plays here and there. I would actually have to step up and perform. And having that experience under my belt, it was just a case of getting out there and doing it. I mean, you can't make any excuses. Come game time, you're a player, you've got to go out there and do it the same as everyone else on that field. Doesn't matter if you're Scottish or English or Irish or Finnish or what.
And he's a solid performer. He made his first pro catch in his first pro game in the Claymores' first match against Rhine Fire, but he feels he's come a long way since then.
When I started playing for the Scottish Claymores, I wasn't going to put my goals out of reach. I like to think I'm a bit of a realist. And right then I thought, if I can go on and not hurt the team, then that's great. And if they threw the ball at me, as long as I catch it, then that's all I want. And luckily enough, in the first game of the season, they went to me. It was the most simple pattern that a receiver can run, a 6-yard hitch. And actually looking at film of it, I can see the difference between myself last year and this year. And I put that down to some of the fantastic coaching that I've received this year. A lot of fundamental basics are wrong with what I did last year, but I still caught the ball and turned and made some yards if I could.
And wide receivers coach Vince Alcalde had total confidence in Cooper, calling on number 81 for his first touchdown catch, a grab he exulted in making before friends, family, and fans at Murray Field.
My family have come and watched me in rain-swept public parks all over Glasgow, and friends have come and watched me all over Britain, what have you. So to do it in front of like 13,000 people in Murray Field, I hope I made them proud, because that's all I ever wanted. Now I feel I can just settle down and become just another player in the team, and that's great. And I just want to be involved in the Scottish Claymores and their fight to bring the World Bowl to Scotland.
The balloon went up.
We'll be back next Wednesday night with World League American Football right here on Scottish. Make sure you're part of it too.
This is how we do it. 1-1. So Ryan Fire joined the London Monarchs at 0-2 at the bottom of the league. It's game time now. Will Scotland win their first home game? We'll see. We join our match commentators, Ron Pritt and Tom Brennan.
Murray Field, Edinburgh, Scotland, and the Claymores kick it away. Bartholomew.
Keeps you fat. You get to shout a lot. This is where I live, and that's my house. This is my mum, Susan. She likes to read my point horror books, but don't tell anyone. And here's Dad. He's always telling jokes, but the trouble is they're really bad.
Diane, did I ever tell you on about?
This is my room, my most favourite place in the house, and here's Casper. Casper's a big, fat, fluffy, furry Persian, and he knows all my secrets, like how much I love Mark Cohen, reading point horrors in my bed, and the Claymores. The Claymores are a Scottish-American football team. I've just remembered. I should be dancing with their cheerleaders. Got to go. See you later. Bye. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. This is the Manishwood Stadium in Edinburgh where the Scottish Claymores play. Well, I better go and get changed and meet up with the girls. This is the Claymores cheerleader, and this is their coach, Ramona Berganza. Ramona, how long have you been a cheerleader for?
I've been a cheerleader for 11 years.
You have to be able to dance to be a cheerleader.
No, you just have to be in really good shape, because I can teach you how to dance. Which reminds me, we have to go. We're on. Go, girls.
Here goes.